Its central focus is not education per se, but motivation to make our young people see, feel, and respond to the challenges of science and its mysteries. It aims to make students want to learn math and science. Our children have the ability and the energy to be the best in the world. The challenge we face is how to best harness that ability and that energy so our young people will want to succeed.
U.S. First really wants to do for science and technology what the NBA or the NCAA or the Olympic Committee does for athletics. This country is still doing very well in football and basketball and at the Olympics in the world competitive marketplace. Unfortunately, none of those things really have much effect on our quality of life or our standard of living. The goal of U.S. First is to create a little bit of demand among kids particularly for excellence in science and technology, the same way that they have such an unbelievable demand for excellence in various kinds of sport.
The way that FIRST has decided to do that is to have a competition, put students together with engineers. So businesses that have engineering talent partner with high schools, and they work together with the high school students to play a game. The game is different every year, but you're given a kit of materials, you're given a problem statement, you're given a very constrained box, and you have to build in that box. You have to build the best robot to play this game. And the game is exciting. The game has instant winners and losers. The game has exciting colors and sports atmosphere and cheering and screaming and hollering and very, very intense competitions.
If you really want to make a difference in the future workforce, you have to do something now to influence the people who would make up that workforce. So anybody who chooses to take this on should do it with a sense of personal commitment. It's really important to me. I think that in the short term and the long term, I can make a difference.
What we've been able to see with FIRST is that we can be blessed with helping build a feeder group that has a passion for science, technology, engineering, and that is also has some knowledge for what it brings to the marketplace in total. So we as a corporation, we as an engineering profession then will in essence get better employees. They'll be more diverse because we're dealing with high schools throughout many regions, many areas, and the more we spread FIRST competition throughout America and throughout this area, quite frankly, will be beneficial to us going in the long term.
I wanted to pick a school that would reflect diversity in the future workplace. So Joe and I talked about it, and you know, his feeling was like mine. We really want to influence kids, you know, and if we have a chance to influence a group of kids who don't normally get the exposure to these kind of things, why don't we do it? So we looked at a number of schools, and one of them was Pontiac Central High School.
Realistically, what we really want to communicate to them is the inspiration to see that engineering is a worthwhile endeavor to go into.
And poor Joe, I'm sure he felt pressured because I said, I want first place and I want the chairman's award. Now let's go figure out how we go get it. The whole organization was geared up and supportive of us, and we went down and we won. You know, we won the top award that FIRST has to offer, the chairman's award, and we placed second in the actual competition itself. Some people don't understand in FIRST, the chairman's award is the top award you can win, and the competition itself is winning that's a very prestigious award. So we came in second there, and we won the chairman's award. So now we certainly have some new goals for next year.
The purpose is to get the students involved. That said, I have not seen any program that's as effective as this program, as FIRST is, at getting students to think of engineering and science and technology as a viable field for them, as an exciting option for them, as something that's good for them and for the country.
They're greedy for the opportunity. They just grab at it, and that's fun. And I think that's what's captured the passion of our engineers, because they see a young student group wanting to learn and wanting to understand what the science and technology and engineering is all about, and our people are just more than happy to spread that knowledge. So it's really been a great match, great match.
We have to think about the fact that some of these young people that we will touch will be the true leaders of tomorrow. And if we don't instill in them the kinds of values and the kinds of expectations and the ability to make commitments that go beyond themselves, then eventually we all have less than what we should have.
And that's that it really is making a difference. We're working on something that's making a cultural change and holding up engineers as heroes. And it's pretty special being a hero.
We basically are going to put out a challenge to all of Delphi that each of the divisions support a team, number one. But beyond that, we're going into General Motors deeper. And we're going to be driving more competition throughout General Motors.
I can promise you, as I've seen people give and give and give, they've said to me they still are getting more back than they've given. That's hard to believe when I see what people have done for us.
It's fun. It really is fun. I will never get tired of my ideas actually becoming a real thing driving around. And that, the fun, the joy of trying to compete, of saying, is my idea better than somebody else's idea? There aren't that many opportunities when you get that in engineering, where it's just straight up, here's the problem, we're all trying to solve it, let's see how good my ideas stack up against engineers, rocket scientists from NASA and all around the world.
You asked me what got me involved and what keeps me involved. It's I love to compete. I love a challenge. And to be able to bring some youngsters and my engineering team along with me in doing that, you know, it's great. It's a great feeling.